So you've bought yourself your pride and joy, your brand new cricket bat. But before you take it out to bat, there's one very important thing to do. So in this video, we're going to look at why and how to knock in your cricket bat at home. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike and I am the old bloke playing cricket. So if you've been following the channel, you know that I have just kitted myself out for a new cricket season to come, and one of the biggest investments in that process was a new cricket bat. It took about 40% of the total value of all the kit that I bought was invested in the cricket bat. But having got it home, there's one very important little sticker here at the back of the bat, and it talks about making sure that the bat is prepared before I go out to use it within a match. So that got me thinking, what exactly is all this preparation? Why, having bought my cricket bat, do I now need to knock it in? And so I got in touch with the internet, actually. I put a note out on the Old Bloke Instagram account and got some responses, really helpful responses, one of which was from Hunts County, the manufacturers of the bat. And they explain that in the course of creating a bat, as you take the cleft and it is pressed into this shape that we understand to be the cricket bat shape, that creates this lovely sweet spot here in the middle of the bat, where the bat is actually strongest and you can also see is thickest in the middle here. But no matter how well pressed a bat is, the edges and the toe are always going to be weak spots of that bat, and that's where knocking in the bat comes in. So what is knocking in the bat? Well, that's the process of literally knocking the bat with an object to just firm up these edges. What it does is it brings the wood fibers together, it strengthens them up, and it hardens up the edges and the toe of the bat, so that when it takes a glancing blow, you're less likely to have any kind of crack or damage to that weakest area of the bat. How do you do it? Well, there are a number of ways, and the first thing that struck me when I was thinking about doing it was just take an old cricket ball, put it in a sock and beat the bat with that cricket ball. And that will work, but it will take a very long time. If you look up on the internet, you'll see that knocking in a cricket bat is something that cannot be overdone. You can't over knock in a cricket bat, but you can under prepare it. And the minimum is said to be around 2 hours work. Now, initially that doesn't sound like a lot, but once you start going, after the first 2 minutes, you'll realize that actually 2 hours is a heck of a long time. What you want to be doing is focusing on the edges for about half an hour in total, on the toe for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then in the middle for the rest of the areas. So what I've done is I've split it up into 12-minute segments, and so far I've completed 6 out of those 10 12-minute segments. I am just over halfway through preparing this bat, and instead of taking an old ball, which initially will be really good because it's a hard ball, place it in a sock and beat it against the bat and prepare it. Over time, that ball will get softer. So what I decided to do was get myself a cricket mallet. Didn't even know these things existed. Now I have one. And what you do is you take the mallet and you just go along the edges and the toe using the mallet. There are a couple of things just to note. Firstly is holding the bat. Some places will say to hold the bat out in front of you. I'm not so sure, just because I found that the bat gave way every time I used the mallet, the bat gave way. So what I prefer to do is actually hold the bat kind of halfway down, just below where the end of the splice would be, kind of halfway down, just below the sweet spot, kind of in the middle. And with that in place, I'm then going to take the mallet and just use the mallet on the edges and the toe. And I break that up into 3 different segments and kind of go 2 minutes per segment. So use a timer, use your mobile phone, whatever the case might be, and break it up into segments. And this is then what you want to do. Now, of course, you can use a cricket ball in an old sock. As I said, that is perfectly legitimate as a way of doing things. But what I found with the mallet was it delivers a consistent kind of strength and energy to the bat. So over the course of those 2 hours, I'm not going to lose anything in the terms of the energy that I'm applying to the bat. A ball may do so as it gets softer over time, and so much what you might find yourself doing is doing more than 2 hours. But there are actually two parts to knocking in the bat. The first part is using the mallet along the edges. The second part, which I'm yet to come to but quite excited about getting to, is about actually taking it out into the nets and starting to use it against a ball. So if you're looking forward to seeing that, so am I. I'm looking forward to using indoors nets to actually do that, and that will be a future video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.